Hello and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. For today we have a SIVIR video, one of the most broken team fighting champions you can ever imagine if she gets to hit. And after watching this video you'll understand every single bit of pain and what you need to do on this champion to be an absolute mastermind, an absolute carry player like the guy in the bottom left. And in case you don't know him, it's KRANIX, and if you want to find his Twitch channel, it's linked in the description below, so make sure to check him out. Like this video, comment as well to boost the algorithm so more people know exactly what good gameplay is going to look like. For the laning phase we have an absolute damned matchup. We are SIVIR Lulu into Nami Caitlyn, so we get completely blasted without anything we can do. So to avoid this pain from the early stages, we just start with our second abilities, go for some cheeky damage, some extra damage, and then we just have to back off instantaneously. If the enemy bot lane is understanding what they're doing, or if they knew what they were doing, we would never see the light of the day when it comes to minions. We can never contest anything until we have enough wave clear to instantly clear the wave. Outside of this, we'll just be sitting back, as you see here, and just hope for better days. He just hoped to get the bounce, or just go for like cheeky little trades here with the enemy being isolated. And yeah, even though it's like this, there's just no way, there's just no hope, there's just too much damage. Gets level 2 here on the enemy team, doesn't have to flash, wants to pick up the fruit here. Needs to be really careful, gets flashed on bone plating procs, he is safe, but he still dies. Oh, it's a tragedy. This fight is extended for 50 minutes and all it took was just one more minion to die. If one more minion died, level 2 was gotten, it goes for the flash bomber. Sadly, KRANIX doesn't get a single bit of gold from this play. Ah, it's the sad part. But if we want to be fair, if he just hit one minion, or if there was just one last hit, he would have hit level 2, and with level 2 life would have been so much better. Because then he would have gained the HP back he lost, in the sense of just gaining HP from the level up, and then he can just turn on them with his first ability and just deal so much damage. Lulu went base here, the wave is in a decent spot now, goes for a first ability trade here, but the bone plating absorbs most of the damage. Also have to keep in mind that Nami has sustain, traps being placed down, no level 3 is being there. And yeah, now it's pushing time. Deals decent amount of damage, uses the third ability to avoid the bubble, but there's so much damage coming back into his face, it's so difficult to maneuver his champion in his laning phase, it's borderline impossible. And yeah, it's not necessarily just... it's just champions, like, you know? Like, it's literally impossible to survive this. If the enemy is remotely good, it's just impossible. And he will be forced to go base soon again. Because there's not much he can do. His champion doesn't allow him to win lane against these champions. And it's more of a teamfight champion, because in teamfights he's gonna actually pop off. The ricochet blades will deal so much damage. And he's happy with just getting every single bit of minions he can get. Because realistically speaking, he will never get anything, or he should never get anything. Goes base now, will pick up the attack speed boost as it seems. Quite an interesting choice, because personally speaking, I would rather go for more sustain, because his laning phase will be an absolute nightmare, and having some sustain will help, but he goes for the attack speed boost, granting him more offensive capabilities that directly scales with Krakenslayer. Personally, not the biggest fan of Krakenslayer in general on 80 carries, but if you have a Lulu, you can always make the argument she's providing you with enough attack speed already, so you can just, well, make it work. Ultimate now being skilled. Graga is also very close here. We have some vision control on the bottom brush. Twisted looking for a play, finds the Nami, bubble connects, but the stun cut also connects. Wave also comes out, nobody will actually fall. Lulu trying to enhance the damage as much as possible, pops the ultimate, tries to survive the enemy, Vladimir flashes in, but the Gragas is nowhere to be seen. This entire fight played out for like 15 minutes and the Gragas is still on a mission, looking for better days. Kinda weird, because the moment like Twisted Fate pops ultimate, you'd be like, okay, time to go there, or there's a control ward in the bottom brush, so you can actually just walk there without any repercussions, but, well, none of this happens, and yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's okay, we are the scaling champion. If we get to teamfight, we'll absolutely go crazy mode with the Lulu, so don't worry. We're also getting closer to an actual survivable state, and now the Gragas is here, goes in for the flash bomber again. It's the flash body slam onto the Nami, flashes away, secures a kill. Ooh, nice ultimate here, securing another kill, but the Lulu claims the money. The Gragas is making up for his past misdemeanor. And now we're just getting some free money on the platings. Ideally, we would just instantly push the next wave as well, because we are SIVIR. We can do so while hitting the tower with the ricochet blades, like auto attack, second ability, like here you go. And we start pushing this wave super fast. Getting so much gold, but have to be careful to not get turret aggro. There's a cannon which we will secure with our first ability. Now we can just waltz it off. The next wave is very, very far away, so we just get to base for free unless the enemy cancels us, which would be very, very detrimental to our cause. However, they don't do so. We pick up another Cloak of Agility and have another longsword in our pocket. And since the entirety of the enemy team is making a play around the Herald, we now have to make a decision. What are we supposed to do? Can we walk there in time to change something? No. So we not even try, and if we go there, the enemy bot lane gets 50 billion plates, so you have to also keep that in mind in terms of economy. And now, ooh, the enemy used the bubble and the wave, so now it's a rundown situation. We sadly don't have more Lulu empowerments here, but we still have enough damage. The next Lulu buff comes in, the next Pig's Power Spike also attached to us. The Honey Fruit will be picked up, but it will not be enough, and we will survive the last tower shot. And this will enable us to buy the Bloodthirst on our next base, as well as gaining access to this tower. The enemy Lee Sin is still on the map somewhere, so we have to really keep that in mind. We have to really recall right now. We have too much gold, we have too powerful. Pops his third ability, he just pick up this little trap here, get some extra health back. But yeah, we just have to go base and have to look for another item to hope for the best and see what we can do. He's also going for the Navori Quick Blades. If you're wondering, why is he building Navori Quick Blades? I can tell you why. Like, SIVIR is heavily based on her cooldowns. Having her first, second, and third ability available more often allows her to play way more aggressive and deal way more damage during team fights. Therefore, having the reset makes it so much easier, and he secures the dragon with a 15 HP Boomerang Blade. Damn, the enemy's pissed. Nice ultimate by the Gragas. He's hovering, looking for a potential play here, and then returns to the wave to clear it up and get some extra money into his hands. With the wave push and not too much information on the enemy champions, he just goes for a quick little croc adventure, picks up these rocks, and gets some extra gold. Like you see, it's so much gold, and Gragas was on the other side of the map anyway, so you're actually helping him by resetting the camp. Oh, now the Caitlyn is on the run, but we saw the Vladimir leaving towards the bottom side of the map, so he has to stop that play relatively early since he doesn't have enough information on enemy champions, but he can choose to either recall here or look for another proactive play. But personally speaking, I think the best play right now might be just to go top lane and force the top lane tower, because Fresh can't really defend himself against you, but it requires his team to also go bottom lane, and we see an absolute massacre up there. The Twisted Fate coming in picks up the Fresh, so he's forced to go mid lane to pick up the gold here, and his team is making a massive play onto the Fresh, but not if Vladimir appears up there, and he's just collecting a gold by making a slow rotation up there. Getting there rather soon, but can't really achieve anything anymore. So picks up the free crab on the way, and looks for the Lee Sin. Nicely played here, waiting in the brush, doing so much damage. Lee Sin has to probably turn around to do something, but he can't. He just gets ran down and killed. Says his ultimate available, was very conservative with using it, and now is in the lane where he should be, because the Fresh can't really clear the wave against him. So the enemy is now forced to match this rotation, and if they don't do this, they'll just get absolutely ran down. The Fresh doesn't achieve anything here alone. And the enemy team is also here, but they cannot match the wave clear. It's just too much. It's too easy for the SIVIR to just run at them with the power of the Lulu that they just can't defend themselves. And they just die. Gragas even threw his ultimate for the funsies, and the Nami just died to the Ricochet Blades. Meanwhile, the Fresh is fighting mid lane against his own demons, while we are just continuing to push to get more advantages on the map. Urgot picking up the Fresh here, and the Lee Sin was also spotted there, so this will be a free turret. This will be absolutely free of charge, and if the Caitlyn walks too close, she might just die in the process, but we don't have to. We just get another full item on recall. Very powerful Navori Quick Blades, making the life very, very difficult for the enemy team, and the Urgot is just relentless on the mid lane. Looking for the anti-healing to just mitigate the power of the Nami and the Vladimir. Pretty good choice here. Hopefully he just sits on the executioners, because investing more than 800 gold into the anti-healing item for the purpose of simple anti-healing rather than armor pen is a waste. So yeah. Vladimir also not really that good in wave clear terms at this point of the game. So enemy, he just pro-belted in to just deal some damage to the wave. The SIVIR is turning on them. As the ult pop gets the Lulu ult as well, the enemy doesn't have enough damage, and the team fight power is just showcasing here. No, he just walked into the trap. Look at the reaction. No way. I just sneezed and I managed to mute myself in time, so you don't hear the actual explosion. I would have destroyed your eardrums. And yeah, like, how long has it been since you have seen SIVIR? Like, this champion in laning phase is really bad, but after laning phase, it's crazy. What was this Gragas barrel? Bro's golden as well now, and just walks off and Lee Sin misses the Q. Meanwhile, the Thresh is whipping away at the tower on the other side of the map, and the Urgot makes his rotation towards the mid lane to a play that's already over for 15 minutes. And yeah, as an AD carry, you obviously want just gold. So you will always go where the gold is. You're quite literally a gold digger. How does it make you feel? SIVIR now running after the Nami, pops the ultimate rather delayed here, forces the flash of the Nami. Only downside about SIVIR is mana consumption. Pops the third ability, gets the regen here, does so much damage, and the first ability of SIVIR goes really crazy in teamfights. Once you get to multi-hit or hit people over a certain period of time, you will quickly realize how much it actually does. Because with all the bouncing blades, ooh, Gragas finds the Lee Sin here. The Vladimir is overextending. Look at the damage in the teamfight. Look at the absolute destruction. What is this brother Gragas thinking about, man? Like, he's aiming for ghosts. He's literally fighting the own voices in his head with the barrel. I'm not even capping. And now we get a quick little rotation here to the dragon, and we can even pick up the bottom wave if we want to. It's a juicy income that we don't want to miss out on. There's another wave coming as well. Sadly, the Gragas picks up the Crux on his way, so we can't really yoink these ones as well. But yeah, it's okay. Ooh, he goes actually for... I must say I'm not the biggest fan, because what armor values are you fighting against, and isn't another item not just always better? Because think about this, okay. Mortal Reminder doesn't grant you a lot of damage, given its low ED values. It grants you Armor Pen, yeah, but that's it. If you want the anti-healing part, you just sit on the component. But with so much damage in the game, in WildRift right now, you also make the argument that Infinity Edge isn't really worth it because you need to survive, right? So what about an item that makes you even tankier, like for example, Shield Bow? Like anything that makes it even more difficult for the enemy to get you killed. That would be a very good idea. Thresh is walking too close. Now we have another teamfight situation. Pops the ultimate. Vlad in the pool gets hit by the Nami wave. So much damage by the Vladimir. Will just fall to him. Vladimir tries to flash in here. Nami is on the front line. There's also the Lee Sin. Caitlyn ult comes in, but it's blocked by the Crab God. There's a massive wave on the bottom side of the map. And the SIVIR is really, really fragile. Like if you look, he dies so fast. I would have honestly preferred anything that makes him tankier. I think Shield Bow would have been a lot better if you want to live, and if you want to go raw damage, you just go for the Suicide and Infinity Edge. But yeah, Lee Sin on the hunt here. Wants to secure the Scuttle Crab, but the SIVIR is just walking him off. Yeah, I think if you just go full damage like an absolute maniac and then itemize into Spirit Visage as your last item because of Vladimir, otherwise Vladimir will one-tap you. You get so many benefits. You get an empowered shield from Shield Bow, you get an empowered shield from Lulu, you get more lifesteal. Pops the ult early. I think Lulu isn't going Zeke's, even though Zeke's is also a very powerful purchase for the Lulu. Because it's very underrated. Lulu doesn't really need any like real AP items, she just needs utility items. You just go anything that provides the teammates with utility. Like, she has utility items, don't get me wrong, with Ardent and Staff of Flowing Water, but realistically speaking, since she doesn't have Harmonic Echoes, which means she doesn't apply the benefits of the items to multiple people, Staff of Flowing Water is rather selfish in a sense that it provides her with a lot of ability haste, whereas Zeke's would provide the AD carry, in this instance, for like with a lot more damage. Kraken's going in for another play here, finds the Caitlyn, flashes over the wall, gets a nice kill here. Lee Sin on the hunt, hits the Q, but goes in as well. Lee Sin on the hunt, but yet gets yellow carded, which means we have an a natural situation, this could actually be a play here. The Nami bubble doesn't connect. Vladimir is looking for a play, has the big suck available. The Twisted Fate barely survives, the heal is being blown, gets ran down, the Thresh hooks him and instantly kills him. This box dealt so much damage, it was like 600 plus. And now the DPS is going to rack up on that Thresh, you see? He's actually whipping him to death. Because look at the... Oh, this hook also connects, and he has to flash away. The powerful slow of the Lulu is going to be enough, but the Wit's End and... not Wit's End, but the Nash's Tooth and Riftmaker, because Thresh gains so much on it, damage from souls, and he also has lethal damage, so he just whips a lot. So he does a lot of damage in extended fights, and he will hit the Urgot quite a lot of times. So even if you think this build is troll, it actually works. I'm not the biggest fan of top lane Thresh, but you'll catch many people off guard because nobody ever played against this champion in top lane, so people don't even know what the champion does in WildRift. And since he's doing a lot of damage with just his third ability, with the passive of the third ability, you'll get caught off guard so many times and just get beaten to death. Twisted Fate was looking to get actually killed by the Mr. G Sin. Meanwhile, the Urgos on the other side of the map completely overextended, ready to be picked up in trade for a potential dragon though. Thresh is showing up there, Lee Sin is in the river, Vladimir is now rotating and we see the entirety of the enemy team, and now it's time. If they make any mistake, we can just run them down. If we hit like a bouncing blade, like a ricochet blade and a boomerang blade, we'll see, ooh, we get so many pot shots by the Caitlyn. We don't have any form of sustain outside of the Bloodthirster. Need to be really careful, and the Lee Sin Q does so much here. Twisted Fate is getting popped with the ultimate, and we have the Nami ultimate also going down. The enemy will certainly just get this one. No, but the Gragas secures this dragon, and we get the soul. We get the Melted Soul, and we're just turning on them. Is the Melted Soul actually going to make a difference? No, it doesn't. It actually made a difference. It made a difference. No way. Goes in for another charge here, the exhaust comes in late, Vladimir in the side lane, Lee Sin on the run here as well, gets an execute, easy double kill for the Lee Sin, Caitlyn now on the hunt. The entirety of the team is getting absolutely blasted apart, but they secured the soul. However, the enemy team will now most certainly go for the Nasher, and the SIVIR can't really face check Nasher, because if the Thresh stands guard there, he will just get instantly killed, because I think at this point, the Thresh will just kill him. Thresh places the lantern for vision, Urgot jumps in over the corner, nobody's peeling, so the SIVIR has free access to the pit here. There's so much damage to the Thresh since the Thresh was preoccupied with the Urgot. They have to just be really careful, they have to reset the Baron. Oh, that was a mistake by KRANIX to walk up into the pit, so the Baron didn't reset. Because he had the choice to make it reset, and if that happens, then Lee Sin can't take it, because no jungler was here, so yeah. So yeah, if this is gonna be such a big punishment since the enemy is so much tankier for no reason, because of a slight mistake. He wants to have the Maw before the objective spawn, but it's gonna be very difficult because his team has to stall for him to pick up the Maw. Maw is such a powerful item, by the way, because like if you have Bloodthirster, you heal, and since the Maw shielding is not dependent on like lifesteal, you get like sustain through Bloodthirster as well as a magic shield from Maw, which makes it so much more difficult for enemy AP champions to kill you. Not only this, but also the fact that you gain magic resist when the enemy at this point has so much flat pen and percentage pen, makes you not take true damage anymore. Because you actually have resistances, because otherwise you might just get absolutely blasted apart. But now we hit the point where this team fight menace is finally in a stage where he's gonna take over. It's gonna be so difficult for the enemy team to survive if the SIVIR is left untouched. If he gets off a few boomerang blades, as like at least one boomerang blade and ricochet blades, it's going to be so difficult. Twisted Fate pops the ultimate to check where the enemy champions are. And they're just completely committing. Lee Sin on the right side. 3 people here, sloppy. Like, why is Thresh on the other side of the map? Now the enemy team will just now they just lose Elder. Like Elder is just automatically lost, I think, because Thresh is on the other side of the map. Nice Q-assist by the Caitlyn, but the SIVIR is running her down. Thresh is split pushing, so he's just basically banking on his team to accomplish something without him being there, and it's somehow even possible. But now they lost Elder, and with the power of Baron, I think they could win a team fight. with the power of Baron. But now, since they have lost Elder, you'll quickly see that the SIVIR is going to do so much more work. Because remember, if you remember games with a Morgana and Elder, you best believe that with a SIVIR and Elder, things get a lot more problematic. Because these little ricochet blades, they also apply Elder. So you get hit by these, and they might not deal as much damage, but the Elder burn will be applied to you, and yeah, that will be a lot of burn damage. And even now here, since it will bounce left and right, up and down on so many champions, it will be so much damage that you will not even realize, since nobody's actively hitting you, but these little projectiles are flying into your face. It's a really scary scenario, and yeah, if the enemy believed that they couldn't win the Elder fight, then they did the right thing, but if I believe they could have actually played this Elder fight, so yeah. He needs to be careful, relatively low HP, Elder is for 1 minute available, and we have a Nash respawn in 30 seconds. Yeah, she has to sustain quite a bit on these minions. Thrash is being caught here and will be run down. Has the spell shield, pops the spell shield, gets a free kill, flashes forward, gets a kill instantly. Zhonya's is the Lee Sin potential kick. The Urgot ult is applied to the Lee Sin and he's giga slowed, and he now walks it off, and this will certainly spell the end of this game. From a hard, very hard laning phase into a very powerful late game scenario. And really nice performance, and we still have Elder, so walking up to these minions is going to be so dangerous, since the bounces will absolutely destroy everyone. And you look at the shielding coming in from the Maw, and it's so hard, goes in even deeper, goes for a cheeky little play, gets kicked, gets bubbled, gets demolished, but they still win the game. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, check out the description below, that is KRANIX, and we'll see each other for more RiftGuides content very soon, so enjoy. See ya.